Welcome to Overtwist Adventure. I'm your host Jay, and today we have a gear review of a piece of gear I've been using for over a year now. It's the Dirt 2 by RevIt. It's a Midcuff 3-season warm weather glove, and today I want to go over sort of why I chose this glove. I want to go over some of the features, I want to go over some of the protection, and just some thoughts on it. Once again, if you want more detail, Revzilla has a great video for this glove. I'll post a link to it down in the description, as well as links to a few other optional gloves that are similar to this one that you might want to consider if you're looking for a 3-season warm weather glove. So sort of jumping right into it, why did I choose this particular glove? Well, a couple things. One, I'm a at-gat rider, so all the gear all the time rider. And I always have been that. And so one thing for me, I was not willing to give up the protection. This glove has a ton of protection in spite of being a 3-season warm weather glove. The other thing for this is the features. It has capacitive touchscreen fingers, and for me that was an absolute must. When I'm riding long distances, I tend to ride with the Waze app on for road hazards, including the road hazards with the little blinky lights. Yeah. So I tend to ride with the Waze app on, and I need to be able to manipulate my smartphone. I don't text with my smartphone, I don't do things I shouldn't on a motorcycle, but I do need to access the smartphone for some of the things I'm doing, including things like vlogging, etc. So smartphone fingertips, protection, and also just comfort in terms of overall comfort and in terms of warm weather comfort with this glove. So getting right into it, I'll just go over some of the protection features real quickly. Mid-length cuff versus short cuff. I don't want any chance of my jacket riding up in a fall and getting smashed up through the wrist because my jacket rode up and I'm riding with a smart cuff. This glove has a ton of protection, starting with the ulna bone all the way down through the pinky on this side, all the way across the top with hard knuckle slider on the back, which I've actually fallen racing multiple times, and without that hard knuckle, it's a pretty big deal. I actually won't even consider gloves without a hard knuckle on the back side. And protection on the knuckles themselves, protection on the palm. There's actually a palm pad right here. Again, I've fallen from a pretty good height racing. First thing you do, no matter what you want to do, you stick your hand down. So having a palm pad is a big deal. So just a bunch of protection features that are real nice for me is one of the reasons I chose this. Comfort wise, I wear extra large size. This is extra large. Pretty standard hand. I'm 6'4", 225 pounds approximately. And this fits me very nicely. Fingers might be just a slight bit small. I touch up against them when I stretch my hand out like that. I'm touched up against the fingers. This glove is broken in though, and is certainly comfortable. In terms of other comfort features, you can feel the seams inside a little bit, like I said, especially at the tips of the fingers. So talk about a flexible glove, just flex panels everywhere. It has this mesh material, which makes it super, super comfortable. Also, this flex material makes a huge difference in the heat. Temperature wise, I've ridden this down into the upper 30s, I would say, and also clear up through the Mojave Desert in temperatures up to 110. These things breathe like crazy through all this mesh. I was never caught with sweaty palms or sweaty hands because the gloves wouldn't breathe. These gloves breathe extremely well given the amount of protection they provide. So in terms of the mid-length cuff, one of the things I do is I always wear my jacket over my glove cuff. You can see in the video included here how it looks with my jacket going over the cuff. It's very easy to put on. This elastic is very easy to manipulate. There's not multiple straps like some gloves have. Just one strap with micro Velcro. Works real great, slides right under, easy on and off. Okay, and the last thing is the touch fingers. Okay, you can see in the video included here, they manipulate a capacitive touchscreen, in this case again a Samsung Galaxy S7, manipulate it very well with the touch screen. You're not going to be typing on a keyboard on the screen, and in fact, that's probably a good thing because you shouldn't be doing that. Even if you're stopped, it's probably a bad idea. So mostly things like opening an app, closing an app. Maybe you can zoom in, zoom out. You can certainly manipulate things like your GoPro camera app, etc., using these capacitive touch fingers. Okay, so in terms of durability, I have not had a tumble in these, so I can't really tell you that. The capacitive touch fingers, the material on them seems to be wearing a little bit after about 10,000 miles and usage pretty constantly over those miles, but it's still working fine, as you can see from the video. There's also a few threads coming out here and there, but nothing that would impact the nothing would impact structural security. I feel very safe with these. So I've seen some complaints of that, but these have held up real well for me. So would I buy them again? Absolutely. Absolutely the most comfortable, protective, breathable gloves I've ever owned, and I've owned a lot of gloves, so I'm a big fan of them, which is why I'm doing this review. There are options out there if you don't need the touchscreen. RevIt has several nice options, from the Cheyenne Pro at the upper side of the price scale at $179 down to their Sand 3, which is new out this year, which is very much a more dirt-focused glove. Even though the name of this is Dirt 2, it's excellent both on-road and off-road, where I've ridden it both. But the Sand 2 is literally very much off-road, maybe a little bit of on-road. And it comes in about the same price point, which is about $109. You can check all these again at the link in the description. Also new for 2017, competitors of this, Ruka has come out with a couple of gloves. They've come out with a glove, the Arium, which runs about $99, and the Airy for women. A lot of women like this glove, but it really is a poor fit for women's hands. The size of the fingers is just not right for women's hands. So Ruka's come out with the Airy for women, again $99, so similar price range. A lot of the same features, the touch fingers, the protection, the 3-season warm. So those are things to check out, especially if you're a lady and looking for a solid glove. So thank you for watching, and stay tuned for additional reviews coming up.